Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Nico, and this is a little loud for me, so I'm going to turn this down some. There we go. Okay, so, I uploaded a video today. Today is the 14th, Wednesday, and I saw one of the subscribers I have asked about actually me going over the patch notes and everything, and the patch for CB33. And I haven't actually done one of these videos in forever. And it was Philin. Oh wow, I don't actually know how to say this name. Philino, Now, Futurek, Futurco. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. It's not right. I know it's not the right way to pronounce that. I'm sorry that I butchered your name, but that's what happens when I don't practice before I do a commentary. Anyway. So I played a match real quick of Paladins with Androxus using the basic Androxus deck because I forgot to equip my deck because I keep doing that. But yeah, so we're going to go over the patch notes and the patch and stuff. So let's go over the hotfix that came in the game real quick before we go into, well no, we'll do overall patch notes, then hotfixes. So the general stuff. The only thing that you should really care about, really, is that, well, there's actually a couple things. Whoops. Anyway, you no longer select your region when playing. It just is whatever your ping is, best. And if you're like, but I'm European and I play with a lot of American bros, well then it'll be, American, because if you queue with the majority of people with a certain ping, it favors them over you, even if you're party leader. At least that's what it seemed like was the case. Let's see. Just an issue where map names were not displaying the correct name. That's still not working, so it said I was playing a different map than the one I'm on, but whoops. So that doesn't work. Updated the match loading screen. Yeah, that looks cool. It's just not displaying the right information. Champions now have emotes. I started the game with them. If you press B, you can now emote. Each champion does a different thing. Buck flexes. Androxus kind of just looks regal. You know, Victor does like a rifle, like a spin on his rifle. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Improved audio feedback for ultimate abilities. They've added a lot of effects and like noises for ultimates. Victor has like a siren as well as what he says. Unfortunately, they got rid of Sky's dome for when she puts her ultimate down, so you don't really know how far you have to get away from it until you're out of range, which is actually a buff for her. I don't know if that's addressed in the actual champion changes or not, because now it's much more difficult to get out of the area when you don't know where you need to go. Let's see. Champion, yeah, improved audio. Addressed an issue where sounds were occluding when they shouldn't have been. In training matches, bot difficulty now adjust based on player performance. Players can import other player loadouts, which is pretty cool. You basically, that works before a match. You can type in a player's name and be like, I like their deck, now I have their deck. Or loadout, since they're not called decks anymore. Because, I mean, even though you unlock them with in-game gold, they're not cards anymore, they're perks. Like Call of Duty style perks, so just get used to it. Added icon notifications for poison, reduced healing, and vision revealed. This is true, you'll see that a lot. Champion screen K now shows damage type for each ability / weapons, which is useful, so that way you know what you're being affected by and what to build against. Though I feel like if you play the game enough, you'll already know what characters do direct damage and what characters do area of effect damage or explosive damage. I'm not exactly sure the actual name for it. To fix an issue where the payload cart would block nameplate visibility. Yeah, well, the payload cart blocks a lot of shit, so they really need to fix the hitbox on that thing, because it's a literal goddamn cube around it. Like, the payload's hitbox is not the payload. It's bigger, and it's annoying as shit. Until these patch notes say improved payload hitbox, I don't really care about anything else about the payload. Let's see. Fix an issue. Fix an issue where Bomb King's head would appear with him during his ultimate. That's actually kind of funny. VGS announcer changes. Basically, we're gonna scam you out of something and be scummy as shit. They took away your your champion's voice in the VGS, so now they can charge for it. So now you have to buy it back, which I think was really scummy, because in Smite, some people might argue that that's how it was in Smite, and that's technically true. There was a point in Smite where you could change the VGS to God's voices if you edited an INI file, or I think it was an INI file or a config file for Smite, but it wasn't in the game from the start. Whereas Paladins, I remember watching the video, I think, or the stream, I think it's even a video on Drybear's channel still, unless he deleted it because he was smart, where he talked about how all of the VGS in the game was the heroes or the champion's voice, because they wanted it to be more personable to the champions and stuff, to where you didn't have to buy the voice packs. And now they're going the route of Smite, and you have to buy voice packs. I think it's really scummy to take something away that was once free and make you buy it after the fact. So I'm not going to buy a voice pack literally ever. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to buy something that was once free to me. That shit's bullshit, and I don't support that at all. Obviously, I like Paladins. I bought the, what's it called? The pack. But also, I think this is where Eevee gets a bullshit kill on me, or we just go at it for a little bit and I kind of just whiff like hardcore. Oh, that one where it was a second off of what actually happened. I even watch it because I'm like, how did I die? There's been some weird lag in Paladin since this patch. But yeah, I'm still pissed off at the fact that the VGS stuff, that's scummy. It's just straight up scummy. They shouldn't have done that. If you wanted us to buy voice packs for the champions, you should have had that from the beginning and not had them free in the start. Increase the number of points required to win a match from 4 to 5. That's great. I liked it when it's like you have to fight in the middle, instead of having it just go, you can easily win in 2 rounds if you just stomp that hard, instead of making the last push, like instead of having that last fight in the middle. So I like the 5 point match increase. Increased credit cap. Increased credit cap from 1,800 to 7,500. Reason for that is the way credits now work and how you can upgrade your stuff. Fix an issue where diminishing returns from slows were not functioning properly. I don't know if that's good or bad for some people. I would hope it's good. Fix an issue where players would respawn mounted at the beginning of a new round if they were mounted at the end of the previous round. Even though you would sometimes just spawn mounted no matter what, in all honesty. I don't know what actually caused that, because I don't think that was the thing, because sometimes you would just spawn mounted no matter what, even if you weren't mounted. And it seemed like by the end of the matches, everybody was mounted, like at the beginning of a round. Healing a full health player now displays a +0. Adding camera animations for stun. Cool. Mounts move 20% faster. I didn't know that. That's actually pretty sweet. During the payload phase, attackers' respawn time is set to 8 seconds. Defenders is set to 14. Allows pushing to be easier, quote unquote. Fix an issue where shooting a projectile at a wall could cause projectile sound to increase in volume suddenly for the shooter. Fix the case where Lagged clients could shoot through shields if that shot to do no damage to either. Whoa, what? Fix the case where spawning shield. No. Fix the case where Lagged clients would shoot through shields if they didn't see the shield spawn yet on their client. There we go. Fix the case where spawning a shield to block a shot would cause a system. Would cause that shot to do no damage to either its original target or the shield. Refactor the burn cards that have progression and rename the system items. Remove the payload game mode. Okay. The reason I got all mixed up there is because my arm mount for my mic is in the way of reading the bottom part of the patch notes. Could have just scrolled up. Don't know why I didn't. UI, champion skill screen outside of gameplay. Each champion has a button that will allow players to test their ultimate activation sound to help learn a champion's specific ultimate feedback sound. That's actually pretty cool. That way you can actually know and understand what your the ultimate sound is. Added persistent objective text on HUD. Cool. Fixed the number of HUD issues related to kill cam. I don't know if I've noticed that yet. Added reticle color options. Haven't changed it. White's the easiest for my eyes to see. It stands out against all the colors in the game. And an option to enable or disable reticle bloom. I don't know why you would disable reticle bloom, just because you're going to get more inaccurate no matter what, even if you disable the reticle bloom. But it's an option in Overwatch 2, and people will choose to do that as well. So, the option's there. They added skins for Victor and Makoa and Androxus. They removed Buck's weapon skins and removed Ying's weapon skins for some reason. They didn't really make that clear at all. Spectator. There's some spectator stuff. So, champion balance. Reduced air control after knockbacks from 50% of normal to 10% of normal. Excuse me. Champions no longer leave an HP drop on the ground when they die. Rest in peace, Nuggets. Champion voice lines will now be cut short if the champion dies. Champions now play a unique activation sound when their ultimate is triggered, followed by a voice line. Fixed an issue where obstructions were reducing sounds from enemy players too much. And then burn cards. Basically, their effectiveness at rank 1 was reduced. So to get the same effectiveness, you usually have to rank it up to rank 2, and then you can make it even better with rank 3. Bleh. But some of them were reduced less. So like morale boost, reduced amount of rank 1 ultimate gain from 20% to 15%. So actually rank 2 is better than it used to be, just in general, though it costs more obviously. So that I'm not going to go through every single one of those, but they're better. Androxus, reversal, fix an issue where the visual effects, this is a bug. Nether step, no longer provides bonus attack speed for defiance upon activation, and you can now dash 3 times again, which is great. Makes him a lot easier to survive, and probably makes him one of the better flankers in the game, in all honesty, with how much damage he does. He's a pretty good tank shredder and squishy killer, in all honesty. Now he kind of fills that role not too bad. He's got new cards. Abyssal Touch, reworked. Defiance reduces the cooldown of Nether Step by 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 in 1 second every time it hits an enemy champion. Disrupt was reworked. Reduced the cooldown of Reversal by 1, 2, 3, and 4 seconds. And a new card, Spite. Defiance grants 3, 6, 9, and 12% movement speed for 2 seconds for every shot hit. Alright, Barret. He's got a new ultimate. It's his ultimate from Lockdown is now Dome Shield. Wait, no. Never mind. This is a different thing. Ha! I'm bad. No, wait, yeah. A health dome shield for 6 seconds with a flamethrower turret attack. Yeah, that is his ultimate. I saw health dome shield and thought this was a different thing. Turret now reveals stealth targets within 30 feet of the turret. Reduced Barrett's ultimate charge contribution from turrets by 50%. His cards got stuffed. And then further nerfs to Barrick. His barricades reduced health from 6,000 to 5,000, and turret increased attack rate from every 0.7 seconds to 1 second. So both nerfs, not nerfs. Buck, shrapnel cannon. He now has a pump shotgun. You guys know how I feel about that. It's awesome. Buck Wild. You know how I feel about his new ultimate. It's fucking awesome and amazing. Though I feel like the base damage Buck does is rather low. I would much rather see the base damage be increased on Buck and then the ultimate compensated for that. So basically, give him more base damage, lower the amount of damage, like bonus damage he gets in his ultimate to, you know, just to equal out to what it is now. But, well, actually, yeah, to equal out how much damage he does as an ultimate, but not to be absurd. Like, don't increase Buck's damage by 50% just by base and then keep the ultimate the same, because he will literally one-shot tanks if he gets a headshot at close range. There's no point in that. Heroic Leap slows enemies upon landing by 50% for 1 second. No longer locks out other abilities from firing while Buck is airborne. No longer interrupts reload, which is great. Recovery no longer interrupts reload. Net shot looks really fucking cool, especially since it's on his gun. Cards, they reworked a bunch of cards. I can't go through every single card just because I'm running out of time. This video is 20 minutes long and we're already 15 minutes in. But yeah. No, buffs the Bomb King. Grumpy Bomb now deals triple damage to enemy shields, and so does King Bomb. Nice. Cassie, Her blast shot no longer knocks targets back, but it reduces healing by 50% for 3 seconds, and they increase the damage from 150 to 450, so it's useful as a damage dealing ability. Disengage, impulse reduced from 1200 to 800. I don't really know what that means. Scouts, Cassie's now immune to crowd control while Scout is active. That's amazing. And fix an issue where Cassie could charge Scout while Scout was active. Too bad that doesn't work anymore. Rip. Drogos. He has improved animations. His Dragon Punch. This is a nerf. I don't care if they say it's a buff. They reduced his flight speed to improve control during travel, but increased the flight duration. The thing is, he dies so much in that ultimate, reducing his speed in it makes him die more. It's just by the nature of it. So that wasn't really the good idea in my opinion. Fire Spit. Increase the amount of damage fall off towards the edge of the explosion when detonated. Is that nerf? Eevee. Blink. Fix an issue where Blink could cause you to not spawn in the correct spawn room when a new round starts. That's really weird. Ice Storm. Reduce duration by 40%. Goddamn. And she's still amazing. Fernando. So, originally, Shield. Reduced duration from 20 seconds to 10. Yikes. Cards. It's not a thing I want to go through because I don't have time. Fernando. Card again. Not going to do that. But, abilities. Fireball. Increased cooldown from 8 to 9 seconds. And Shield. Reduced health from 10,000 to 8,000. So, they're just nerfing the crap out of Fernando. And every time it happens, I'm like, does he need it? And then I have a Fernando on my team. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome. So, yeah, he needs it. Rock. Ghost Walk. Increased cooldown from 10 to 12 seconds. Healing Totem. Improved hit registry. It's easier to kill. Lightning Staff. No longer bounces to targets affected by Shock Pulse. Rip. Shock Pulse. Now slows enemies by 30% for 2 seconds. Tempest. Now strikes 2 nearby enemies and 2 nearby allies each tick. Each hit takes 200 damage and is slowed by 60%. Allies hit or healed for 500 and gain 60% movement speed for 2 seconds. Now grants Grok a 60% movement speed increase for the duration. So Grok is kind of Zenyatta in his ultimate, basically. Except it also has a debuff on the enemies. Grover. You'll get to see Grover in his own video. He throws axes, he heals people. It's kind of amazing. And they changed a lot of his cards for it. I'm gonna link the patch notes. You guys can read through that. Canessa Carbine. So when she's not sniping, his damage was reduced. But it does deal 30% more damage to targets under the effect of the oppressor mines. Transporter, brief pause before the transporter appears on screen to be thrown, and Canessa can no longer use other abilities while holding transporter before throwing it. Makoa, fix an issue where Makoa's footstep sounds would play while mounted. Dredge Anchor, range reduced by 20%. It's still great though. Pip, Potion Launcher, reduced damage from 620 to 600. Evil Mojo, the projectile now explodes in contact. Now sets enemies maximum health to 1500 for the duration of the effect. That's amazing. Victims are returned to their previous health value when the effect ends. Healing Potion, heals. You can now actually hit allies and they'll still heal. Oh crap, there's a lot of stuff. Let's see. Let's go quick. Let's go quick. Ruckus, decreased spin up time. Now plays the sound when fully spun up. Emitter, moved from ability 1 to alt fire. Spin up, removed from the game. Repulsor field. Ruckus projects a defensive energy impulse from his mech that protects nearby allies. Affected allies will take 50% reduced damage for 3 seconds. This ability is only usable when in range of an objective. People still don't play Ruckus, and he still kind of sucks. Sky, Smokescreen, can now be blocked by geometry. Toxic Tie Bomb now deals 2.5 times damage to shields. Wrist Crossbow, increased accuracy from 91 to 94%. And we're about out of time, and Victor got nerfed. Grover, reduced Grover's size by 15%, adjusted his axe throw to be closer to the center to avoid issues of going around corners. Grok's lightning staff now overheats 10% faster. Pip no longer provides bonus damage over distance, and miniguns for Ruckus increased damage per hit from 48 to 53. That was from the hotfix. I hope you guys liked all this stuff. In general, I like this patch. It's going to go to a black screen. I'm going to keep talking because I don't really have my thoughts out there yet. But in general, I enjoy this patch a lot. I like it. It plays well, in my opinion. The close games are close. People don't die as quickly because of the healing. And the healing isn't as hard to overcompensate as you think it would be. With one person using Carterize, it's pretty decently not stopped, but staved off. Whew, that was a lot of stuff to get through. Grover's fun as hell. If you can aim his axes, you will literally obliterate people and you will allow your team to never die. He's easily the best healer in the game. reducing his size actually makes him even better because it's harder to hit now. When playing Buck, it's almost hard not to get headshots on him. So the fact that they reduced his size, I hope that also means they reduced his head hitbox, because if they didn't, oh my god, will he be easier to kill than ever. But I'm going with they probably did. Pip's potion launcher not getting damage over distance anymore kind of sucks for him, because one of the best things to do with Pip was sit in the back line and launch at potions like mortars, but now it doesn't work as well. More Nando nerfs, like I said before. Every time there's a Fernando on my team, I'm really happy about it, and it goes really well. So I understand why they keep nerfing him, because he's the easier tank in the game with a shield. And Makoa is more difficult to use, I would say, though he is considered better by certain people. Ruckus. Still haven't seen Ruckus that much. I don't know what they should do with him. I don't know what they're going to do with him, if the changes they made were going to work. Ruckus feels like crap no matter what. I don't know. It's weird. Grok, his lightning staff overheating. He's supposed to be a support that doesn't do that much, that still does damage, but he was doing so much damage in one of my games I played that he was second highest damage. So I don't know. It seems weird that Grok should be able to do that much damage when he doesn't. I don't know. Like when he kind of quote unquote shouldn't. So I guess it makes sense to make the staff overheat faster. I don't really understand the barrack nerfs all that much. I've had a couple barracks in game recently. I don't know if the nerfs were called for. I didn't feel like the barracks were like changing the pace of the matches or anything, or setting the pace. Also the updates in the 2 hot fixes that came out. Reduced out of combat regen from 400 to plus 8% of maximum health per second to 300 plus 4% of maximum health per second. Basically meaning have a healer on your team or you're not going to heal as quickly. Items, kill the heal now also applies when getting eliminations, so you don't have to actually get the kill. Rejuvenate, reworked, now provides 10, 20, 30% bonus healing received from other players. That's actually not terrible if you have a healer. But yeah, I like this patch. I like the hot fix. I would just tweak a couple things from it and then see how those work out. Like I said, I think Buck's base damage isn't that great. I still like Buck. I know how to, I don't know. I'm not going to say I know how to play him. I like playing him, so obviously I'm going to, but I don't play against really, really good people. So it makes sense why I'm doing well. Big yawn, my bad. But I think that damage should go up, and then his ultimate should be compensated for it, so he doesn't do stupid huge numbers. And then I think, other than that, I'd like the patch a lot. Also, Androxus gameplay wasn't half bad, if I say so myself. Thought it was kind of good. Had some plays. Had some chokes, but I also had some plays. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want me to do more things like that, that's no problem. I used to do this for Smite all the time if you were here as an OG subscriber and watched my Smite stuff. So yeah, if you liked it, like it. If you didn't, then dislike it. Please leave a comment as to why. That way I can grow as a YouTuber and not just suck forever. If your comment is you suck and you sound gay, I'm going to block you because that's not constructive criticism and I don't really care about you. So yeah, peace out.